How's it going? And welcome to my video on 3 ways you can improve your DMing experience for Icewind Dale: Rime of the Frost Maiden. There is going to be several things I'm going to cover which will really make this adventure liven up, or maybe deaden up for you and your players. But before I go into any further details, I must warn you that there will be spoilers. So players, kindly step away, and DMs, let's go ahead and dive right on into these 3 details which can really make this place shine. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on in with number 1, isolation. Isolation is sort of a key theme of this adventure, as something you got to remember: this place is cold as can be. It is dark. You can't see people's faces most of the time, and a lot of people are starting to become distrustful of each other. The idea of isolation should be a serious thing here. Your players will, even if they are from around here or not from around here, are going to start to see the social circles gathering, and they might not be included in that. They can try to worm their way in there, but it's going to take some hard work. That is what a lot of these introduction quests are for. They are a way for your players to try and break the ice, no pun intended, and get into these social gatherings and basically the social norms of these people. One way I have done for my campaign to really drive home this isolation is by completely isolating 10 towns from the rest of the world. As my players made their way through here on the tent trails, a ginormous avalanche caused the tent trails to be completely overran, and there is nobody going in or out of Icewind Dale. In addition to that, the Sea of Moving Ice has also been completely iced over. The ships can no longer make their way out of here. Supplies are running low, morale is at an all-time low, and things are looking dire, and your players are smack dab in the middle of this. How are they going to contend with the elements? How are they going to contend with the ever-growing darkness all around them? That is for them to press on and figure out. Number 2, we are going in to sow the seeds of this adventure. There is a lot of plot points to be had here. There's a lot of villains going on. There's a lot of crazy shenanigans going on, and it does a disservice to both the game and to your players if you just spring these up on the players at the very last moment. At the very last second, they get told, "Oh, there is a this, there is a that." Go ahead and let the rumors basically simmer over time. Have one thing missing, and the people are saying, hey, some stuff is going missing. Have someone get murdered, and people are questioning how these people were murdered. Let the Durgar subplot slowly unravel over time. Let the black ice pop up in the campaign every once in a while, and let that madness shine through the NPCs that your players are going to be interacting with. And lastly, Oral, O'Real, the biggest of the baddies here. She is an ever-present figure, except in the book she really isn't. I would say, to really hammer home that O'Real is causing a terrible time here, have the temperature dip little by little over time. Let them realize that they can't just sit around and do nothing all day. It is getting colder, it is getting darker, and unless they go out there and stop it, they are going to be in for basically an ice age, which they will not survive. Every single one of these amazing little side quests and the major quest can be an excellent payoff, but you really need to sow the seeds of this adventure to make it really shine. And last, and certainly not least, number 3, uh, speaking of these quests, is Cold Hearted Killer. I've seen a lot of people discussing this quest. I've seen a lot of people confused about this quest. This is a quest that should not be done in a span of an hour or two. It is an introductory quest, but if you've taken a look and seen who the bad guy is, Sefik Caltro, that guy is fierce. He can attack multiple times. He's got a high hit to attack. He's got high damage. He regenerates. This guy is going to trounce the floor with a group of level 1s and 2s. So don't bring that upon your players. This guy is a great way to have your players chasing him around all these towns and letting your players explore the 10 towns, trying to find out the murder mystery that's going on, and is a great way to really, really make this place feel dark and ominous. In the book, it's this murder mystery is somewhat presented not really as a mystery because as soon as you talk to someone, they immediately say, "Oh, it's Sefik Caltro, and they're going this way." Don't don't play into that. Don't give out names. Let that let the Sefik Caltro thing be on the side, much like everything else. There's no reason why your player should immediately go out and immediately find this killer. Let the killings happen slowly over time and maybe even have them influence the players. Maybe an NPC that your NPCs that grew to new, all of a sudden becomes their latest victim. Have it tie into the players' not only backgrounds, but maybe even the actual adventure itself, and that is going to make the payoff for the quest that much greater. You know what people love more than just a one-off villain they face? They love reoccurring villains. Maybe have the group run into Sefik Caltro at some point, and either through combat or maybe just some sort of role play, have him interact with the party, and eventually once the players catch on to the fact that he is the murderer, have that betrayal of trust or maybe that revelation of information be that much sweeter, and have them chase after him in full earnest. Once they finally do catch Sefik Caltro, and they maybe even learn the truth behind this character, the fact that he himself is not a real person, he is a spirit that is inhabiting a dead body, that is going to make things really odd. Do they destroy this body? Do they try and preserve him somehow? All these things have an amazing lead up, but you are going to have to cause that lead up to happen. And that's it. Those three simple things right there are really going to help shake up the first couple of levels of this adventure and really set up for an amazing late game. Early game here is all about these fun little quests and all about interacting with the 10 towns, and the later quests involve saving the 10 towns and possibly even all of Icewind Dale from the frigid cold. That's going to wrap it up for me. I will be doing future videos, not only for DMs, but for players as well. I'm going to be going into an in-depth, very, very in-depth guide on each individual chapter and all of the 10 towns and all the events and all that fun jazz. But that is going to be for future videos. Thank you all for watching. And if you find any of this information useful, please go ahead and tell me. I want to know, and I definitely want to keep on going with all this awesome information that I and all of the DMs from the Discord, Rhyme of the Frost Maiden, have for you guys. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.